Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Devduti and I'll be hosting the session. Today, Academy of Vedic Vidya is first time conducting an international global workshop for all our students and all our friends all over the globe. Today, we'll be talking about how to manage negative thoughts and emotions while cleansing our aura with Reiki. This is the topic for our today's workshop. So basically, we will be talking about few things to make you understand about A, emotional balance, B, mental clarity, C, enhanced energy flow, D, better physical health, increased self-awareness, improved relationship, spiritual growth, boosted confidence, and greater resilience. This we would be discussing today in our session. And we are very, very confident that all the information in today's session will give you a lot of insights about yourself. Shreyoshi, can we go on to the next slide, please? Who we are. Introducing Academy of Vedic Vidya to each one of you. We take pride to be India's first self-employment specialist in the field of occult science. As we all know, the occult science is a blooming industry all over the world. We are growing, and Academy of Vedic Vidya is one of the pioneer of this journey in India in building the occult science industry. Can we go on to the next slide, please, Shreyoshi? I take pride to introduce our founders, Diksha Katyal ma'am, who is basically the driving force behind Academy of Vedic Vidya. She has completed her masters from abroad, and when she entered back in India, she joined the corporate L'Oreal, and she understood the scope and the understanding of people and the growing market in occult, with which the inception of Academy of Vedic Vidya started, and her endeavor to provide the best in class education, interactive classes in AVV started. I would like to introduce Mr. Nirpeksh Kumbhat, our co founder of Academy of Vedic Vidya, also the founder of Skill Enable. He is the man and the vision of empowering the Indian youth to a passion driven career. He has done his MSc in finance from London School of Economics, and he also did his degree from University of Warwick. Next slide, please. So basically, before we start and discuss about the negative thoughts, please reconnect as your audio is not connected. Is it better now? Is it better for everyone? Thank you so much for confirming. So we are basically an institution providing all kinds of occult courses. We have Reiki, we have pranic healing, we have all kind of occult courses. The classes are live, online, interactive. And after completion of each course, a globally recognized certificate is provided to each one of our students. And we also take pride to provide self-employment opportunity to each students of ours, exploring and helping them to start their journey in the occult industry. Today, I will take pride again to introduce our trainer with us and with every one of you. So, very, very warm welcome to Meetu ma'am. Hi, Meetu ma'am. Very good evening.
Hi, good evening, Devditi, and good evening, everyone.
I would like to tell a little more about Meetu ma'am before the session starts. So basically, Meetu ma'am is a very, very trained and esteemed trainer and speaker who joined us today. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time. Ma'am has a professional journey which embarked in transforming so many people, and she's also a wellness coach, a Reiki grandmaster, a trainer, a tarot reader, a author, and so much more, and also a psychologist. And she is one of the well-renowned Reiki grandmaster in India. She has over 15 years of experience in healing everyone, in helping everyone to come out of their trauma, of their psychological condition. And she has also done a MA in counseling psychology, and she's also a NLP practitioner, and also she does various kinds of therapies. So Meetu ma'am will be taking over the session for today, and any question and answer we would be taking up at the end of the session. So I would request every one of you to please be with us till the end, because we have amazing offers for each one of you. So over to you, Meetu ma'am.
Thank you, Devduti, and welcome everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's an honor to be presenting this work to all of you. We are here to learn about negative thoughts, negative emotions, energy, Reiki, cleansing aura, and how Reiki can actually help with all of these things. So, before we actually dive into this, let me share something from a very personal experience. When I stepped into this world, I knew about negative thoughts, I knew about negative emotions, and I knew how they affect us, how they can be very bad for our health, both mental and physical health. But what I had not known was that all of these things are actually energy. And energy was the thing that was missing from understanding and making sense of all of this. Now, what's the reason it's important? Energy is something that's so pervasive. And as we move on in today's class, we'll understand how it is energy, that just shifting of an energy can make a whole lot of difference in the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. So let's dive deep into what are negative thoughts, emotions, and how are they connected with energy, and how Reiki can help you heal from negative thoughts, the worry loops, negative emotions, and help you find peace and happiness. Okay, so before we actually get into this, let's first understand what are negative thoughts. What is it actually? When we say we have a negative thought, what does it mean, negative thought? Now, if I were to ask you, mostly people will say, oh, negative thoughts are things that are negative. Let's say, like I have these examples here. For example, I'm not enough, or I am not good at my job, or I'm ugly, or I'm not beautiful, I'm not qualified, no one loves me, I can't do anything right. And these are thoughts we keep having over and over throughout the day. And I'm sure, is there anyone here who has never had a negative thought? And give me a yes or a no in the chat box. Give me a yes if you have had a negative thought in your life, and give me a no if you've never had a negative thought in your life. Yes, thank you, Arman. Yes, it seems like only Armand has had negative thoughts, because I can tell you I have had negative thoughts. Sometimes I still do. And negative thoughts are such sneaky things. There's this acronym for them. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Sushma. Thank you, Shashikaran. Thank you, Sharif. Thank you so much for your responses. Yeah. And negative thoughts have this quality of sneaking up on you at the worst possible moment. Let's say you are about to get into a job interview, and you're about to enter the room for the interview, and just before that, the mind starts throwing up thoughts. What if I do really bad? What if I don't have any answers? What if I'm not able to impress them? What if I fumble? What if I don't know what they're going to ask me? What if they don't like my answers? These are all negative thoughts, and these are all called automatic negative thoughts. These are like ants, ants that kind of crawl up without you realizing that what's going to happen and what is happening to me. So negative thoughts are thoughts that cause you to feel negative emotions. any thought which causes you to feel bad or feel a negative emotion are called negative thoughts. Now, there are very few moments during the day when we do not have any thoughts. We are always thinking, the mind is always running. Some thoughts are negative, some are positive, some are just neutral. Thoughts which actually create a negative emotion inside us, they are the ones which we really need to watch out for and which we need to work towards. Okay. Please go to the next slide, Shri. Thank you. Now, when we talk about negative thoughts, they just don't come in, one or two words or sentences. When one comes up, chances are it leads to a lot of other thoughts too and keeps on spiraling. Like, these are called what if spirals. So generally, if you notice, negative thoughts are in the terms of what if this happens, what if they don't like me, what if this bad happens, what if I don't get the job, what if he or she rejects me, what if things go bad, what if this doesn't happen, what if that doesn't happen. Usually negative thoughts are what if spirals. And when one what if spiral happens, one what if negative thought happens, what if this doesn't happen, it leads to another negative thought. What if this doesn't happen because that didn't happen? And what if this doesn't happen because these two things did not happen? And it keeps going on. And before we know it, we are stuck in that loop. Have you ever experienced sometimes you're trying to sleep and the mind keeps on going in loops? One single thought over and over and over and over without giving you a break. And the more it escalates, the more stress it causes, ultimately leading to anxiety, depression, and, of course, physical health issues. Because these thoughts repeat so much, it becomes hard for them, for anyone, to think clearly and focus on solving the problem. So what happens when a negative thought comes up? The moment a negative thought comes up, it gives a signal to the brain that something's not right in my environment. The brain goes into an overdrive. It says, oh, survival threatened. My survival is threatened. I won't be able to survive. And so the thinking brain shuts down. And the animal brain, the reaction brain, it kind of wakes up. So when you are worrying, when you are doing your negative thinking, or when negative thinking is happening, let me not blame it all on you. When negative thinking is happening, what's generally happening for us is you are reacting. We are not responding to situations, we start reacting to situations. And that is when things go from bad to worse. And this is the spiral of negative thoughts and how it creates more problems, cascades of problems. So can you move to the next slide, please, Shoshi? Now that we have talked about negative thoughts, okay, negative thoughts are thoughts which create negative emotions. Now, what are emotions? Let's first, get a sense of that. If you actually look at the word emotion, you can break it into two parts. It's emotion, it's energy in motion. So if I ask you this, and go ahead and let me know in the chat box, when you feel angry, where do you feel it in the body? Have you ever experienced it in your neck, as if the muscles in your neck are tightening up? Your jaw is getting clenched. There's a rush of blood in your arms and in your face. Have any of you felt that? Give me a yes or a no in the chat box. Yes. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Shaji. When you have felt fear, when you felt afraid, scared, did you feel something sinking in your gut, in your stomach, in your heart, as if something just sunk? There was something that kind of pulled you down. You may have felt it in different parts of the body, but this is a general feeling of fear. It makes you sink. Sadness weighs on us like a heavy thing. Like, it's just so heavy, makes the breath heavy. Yes, it's a stuck feeling. Thank you, Shelja. This is what we're talking about when we talk of emotions. When you feel happy, where do you feel happy in the body? What happens? This area kind of radiates. Your heart feels warm, your chest feels warm, it expands when you feel happy. When you feel passionate, you feel something in your stomach. You feel like, oh my God, I want to do this. I want to conquer the world. That's what you feel when you feel passionate. These are all emotions. And emotions are nothing but energy. It's energy moving through us, it's energy in motion. Now, when we understand that emotions are energy, no matter what emotion you talk about, it is the energy we are dealing with. And when the energy is not flowing freely, it starts to create problems. And that is what the problem is with negative emotions. Negative emotions are heavy. The reason those emotions are called negative is because they're heavy. Emotions are an energy. Energy is described through vibration. Light vibrations, dense vibrations. Emotions that are dense in nature, that have heavy vibrations, are called negative. So some examples of negative emotions: fear, sadness, anger, grief, guilt. Guilt is the heaviest of emotions in the whole series of emotions. Now, why is it important? Why is it important to understand that emotions are energy and it is okay to feel emotions? Because as long as you are a human, you are going to feel emotions. You cannot escape from it. The purpose of emotion is to bring your attention in the now, in the present, to tell you that, look, there's something that needs your attention. That is what emotions are doing. Can we move to the next slide, please, Shashi? Okay. So some of the examples of negative emotions are anger, fear, disgust, guilt, grief, sadness. And the thing with emotions is, another word for emotions is feelings. When we say feeling, it means we feel those emotions. We feel them in the body. Can we go to the next slide, please, Shashi? So we feel emotions in our body. And that's the beautiful part of it. If I ask you to, think about where are you feeling your negative thought, you won't be able to pinpoint it because the thoughts are all over. Emotions are something tangible, something that we can work on, something that we can work on releasing. And that is the actual thing we need to release when we are healing. And we'll come to that in a moment. So we feel emotions in our body. That is why they're called feelings. We feel them. We feel these emotions. And when we are feeling emotions, we're actually feeling the energy in motion. Okay. Can we have the next slide, please? Okay. Now, how many of you believe here that we are energy beings? Give me a yes or a no in the chat box. We are energy beings. We are made of energy. How many of you believe that? I'm going to keep calling on you, okay? So that I know you haven't slept. Great, thank you. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's an amazing audience because the fact that you know we are energy beings is a huge leap. So thank you so much. So we are energy beings. We are made up of energy. We have energy flowing through us. We have energy all around us. You must have heard about the word aura. So aura is nothing but our energy field all around us, something that we are radiating. And energy is flowing through us through energy meridians. Just as blood flows through us through veins and arteries, energy flows through us through energy meridians. Now, if you were to consider these meridians as, let's say, highways, and there's traffic flowing through the highways, and let's say this particular highway has a speed limit of, let's keep it at 150. You could say miles per hour, kilometers per hour, up to you. Let's say the speed limit is 150. The traffic is flowing, it's nice and smooth, and suddenly a car breaks down in the middle of the highway. What's going to happen? Come on, give me an answer. If a car breaks down in the middle of a highway, what's going to happen? Accident, we get stuck, yeah? When you are stuck, you are in a traffic jam, and the jam keeps increasing. And let's say this broken down vehicle is not cleared for days, for weeks, for months. It's going to lead to a huge traffic jam. So whatever traffic had to move through this highway and reach the other point, it's not reaching fast enough. It's not reaching efficiently. Now consider energy. The energy is moving through these energy meridians. Yeah, become panic. That could be one of the responses. Yes. So when energy is moving through these highways, it's going to a place, it's going to a part of the body, an organ of the body, and nourishing that organ with energy. Now, if there is a block in this highway, the energy cannot flow freely. So the organ begins to receive less energy. Now, our bodies are very resilient, okay? They don't fall sick so easily. It takes a lot of time for our bodies to get sick. So the energy keeps flowing. It's less in intensity. It's less than what's needed. Over a long period of time, the organ begins to become diseased. There's less energy. It starts to fall sick. And that is when we start experiencing physical illness. And that is how illnesses happen. Now, when we talk of this block, what is this block? This block is an energy block because it's in the energy meridian. These blocks are nothing but dense emotions. Yes, Sheldra, energy block. Energy blocks are dense emotions and negative thoughts creating more dense emotions that are stuck in the meridians. Energy, emotions have vibrations. They're, let's say, moving at 150 speed. The dense emotions move at 30, 50 speed, a speed of 30 or 50. It's going to start creating a huge log jam. And if it is not cleared up, if the energy is not changed here, this block is not cleared, it's just going to grow bigger in size, blocking more and more of energy, and not just in one meridian, often in other meridians as well surrounding it. And it just keeps getting bigger until we start experiencing something called a lowered energy state. And a lowered energy state means we are getting diseases, we are getting physical illnesses. And it's not just physical illnesses, it could even be emotional and mental imbalances. Our life could be thrown out of balance. Because if we are not feeling up to the mark, how can we communicate and connect with somebody else? And let's face it, whether it's relationships or professional life, you're always connecting with people. And if that gets hindered, if our energy is not nice, it's not possible for us to create nice connections. And this is why it's important to clear these blocks. Now, when we talk of Reiki energy healing, what that energy healing is doing is it's a high vibration energy. And the rule of science, bear with me, I'm going to make it simple, I promise. The rule of science is energy always flows from high to low. So energy will flow from higher density to lower density. So when Reiki energy comes and flows through the meridians, it interacts with the blocks. It starts to raise the energy of the block. It starts to melt them, break them down, evaporate, or completely lift their energy. And the block is released. So the negative emotions that were there in the body, they start to release. Eventually, the negative thoughts start to release. They start to go down in number. Eventually, you start feeling more happier, more peaceful inside, and negative thoughts start to completely disappear. It's a slow process, but it's a sure process. It definitely happens. Okay. Can we have the next slide, please? Thank you. So like I said, energy flows through our pathways, through our body, through meridians and chakras. Now, these meridians are just like, blood flows through veins and arteries, energy flows through energy meridians. Now, this energy that we're talking about, it's a life force energy we're talking about. Now, what is meant by life force energy? Any idea? Give me a one word answer, or 2-3 words answer. I'm really looking forward to knowing. And you don't have to get it right, okay? This is not a classroom. You could get it completely wrong as well. Prana, yes, Shajid, thank you. It's prana. Life force energy. How many of you have heard of life force energy, the term life force energy? Give me a yes or a no in the chat box. Yes, Mohammed, thank you. Yes, no, Sharif, okay. Shella, no, okay. Okay, Narendra, no, okay. So let me talk a little about life force energy. Life force energy is the energy which brings us alive. We are alive because we have life force energy flowing through us. It's known by different names in different systems, in different cultures. So in India, it's called prana. So you must have heard, if you've heard the word pranayam from yoga, it's actually working with the life force energy. In Chinese, we call it qi. If you have heard or worked with feng shui, qi is the most important component. It's all about balancing chi, making it positive, not having negative chi in those spaces. That chi is life force energy. In Japanese, we call it ki, Ki, ki. Can we have the next slide, Shoshi, please? So life force energy is the energy that flows through us that brings us alive. The next slide, Shoshi, after this one. Yes, thank you. So life force energy is the energy that flows through us that brings us alive. So consider, an electronic item. As long as electricity flows through it, it's alive. When electricity can no longer flow through it, when electricity isn't flowing through it, it's dead. That's life force energy for us. When we are alive, it means life force energy is flowing through us. When the life force energy leaves us, we are pronounced dead. That is what life force energy is, and that is how important it is. Now, each and every part of your body is receiving life force energy through these energy meridians. When you're breathing, you're not just breathing air and oxygen and carbon dioxide and nitrogen. You're breathing life force energy too from your universe, from all around you. When you're eating food, good quality, nourishing food, it provides you very good life force energy, which then your body uses to stay healthy. But when life force energy gets obstructed in its flow because of energy blocks, that's when it's not able to reach the places where it needs to go to nurture them, to nourish them. And that is when problems start happening. So energy blocks create real problems, physical problems in our life. So let's take an example. Let's say you have a cold, okay? That's an energy block. Your energy is not flowing clearly to your nasal area, to your lungs. Let's say the cold doesn't heal. You take some medicines and you suppress the cold, okay? You don't allow your body to detox. The cold turns into sinusitis. Gradually, it starts to obstruct your breathing passages. Eventually, it starts to create more issues in the sinus and your breathing patterns. Left untreated for years and years, it could lead to various other problems like snoring, sleep apnea, and so on and so forth. One energy block of cold led to such difficult problems eventually if left untreated. This is what happens with energy blocks. When left untreated, they keep getting bigger and bigger, becoming bigger issues. So we can easily clear blocks with Reiki. This is where Reiki comes into picture. Okay. When we say Reiki, Reiki is a Japanese technique. It's known as a technique for relaxation and healing. It was discovered by Mikao Usui. Now I'm saying the word discovered. I'm not saying invented or founded or developed. It was discovered by Mikao Usui in the early 20th century, to be precise, around 1920s. It is discovered because healing technique like Reiki was already present. Oh, am I audible? Yes, okay. Thank you, Sushma. So energy healing technique like Reiki was already present in the past, but people stopped sharing it with others. It kind of disappeared. And then Mikao Usui, who was a Japanese Buddhist, and he was trying to find a technique which could make healing and health accessible to people, easily accessible to people without a lot of cost, and something that's more natural, something that can be a natural way of life too. And that is when he stumbled upon Reiki, when he actually found it out after going through a lot of ancient texts. This is why we say Reiki was discovered by Mikao Usui, but for our convenience, let's just call it, it's a Japanese holistic healing technique rediscovered in the early 20th century. Now, Reiki is made up of two words, Rei and Ki. Rei means universally guided, Ki means life force energy. So, when combined, the word Reiki means universal life force energy that is guided by the universal intelligence. Now, what's the meaning of this? When we are doing healing, when we are working with Reiki, we are actually channeling it through us. The best thing about Reiki is it's universally guided, which means you don't have to understand what to heal and how to heal. Energy knows it. It knows what to heal, when to heal, how to heal, and it does the work because it has its own intelligence. So when you are doing Reiki, when a Reiki practitioner does Reiki, all they're doing is they're just becoming a channel for Reiki. They're just letting Reiki flow and allowing Reiki to do what it's meant to do. This means anyone can learn Reiki. There are no qualifications needed to learn Reiki. You don't have to be of a certain age. Even kids as young as 10 years old can learn and practice Reiki. And that's the beauty of it. It's simple because you are nothing but a channel. And you're just allowing Reiki to do what it's meant to do. You're allowing life force energy to be guided by the universal intelligence which knows everything. You know, there's this some force, some universal force above us which knows everything, which knows what's best for us. You know, if you've ever done energy work, we always say, let this happen for the highest good. What it means is, we with our limited understanding, we humans with our limited understanding, cannot really understand the vastness of things. But the universal intelligence, that higher power, knows how to actually, do things, what is best for us, what's meant for us, what's not meant for us, and what will be best for us in the long run, which we cannot possibly fathom with our limited human understanding. And this is why when we say Reiki is an intelligent force which guides the life force energy, which makes the job so much simple. It heals, it clears your blocks, it maintains health, it prevents energy blocks. And all you're doing is you're just channeling. You are just a channel for it. Of course, you learn things, but the best thing about it is it's simple to do, and you don't really have to put your mind into it. All you have to have is an intent to heal. I have an intention, I want to heal, and healing happens. Okay. Armand, your question is, can you combine Reiki healing with power of crystal healing? Yes. And Reiki is a very complementary therapy. It can work well with anything and everything. So whether it's crystal healing, massages, acupuncture, acupressure, psychotherapy, counseling, even medicines. If you are on medications, please do not stop taking medications when you start doing Reiki. Reiki is not a substitute for medications, but it can always help you get the best out of medicines. It can help you reduce the side effects and promotes healing by making it quicker, faster, and deeper. Reiki does not just heal your surface problems, it always goes to the root cause. What is the root cause of this problem? Let's say you have a backache and you start healing your back. Reiki will definitely work on the back, but it will also work on the root cause, which is causing the backache. Yes, Shajid, it works on the blockage which is causing the backache. And the blockage could be caused by, let's say, if you have a lower backache, which is pretty common these days, we can say it's because of posture, but lower backache usually means you feel you're financially not supported. That could be one of the reasons for backache, emotionally. Now, if that is one of the reasons, Reiki will work in that area too, not just on the physical body. And that's what makes it so special. Okay, can we have the next slide, please, Shashi? This is Mikao Usui that you see on your screen right now. He is the rediscoverer of Reiki. So Reiki is a universal intelligence that is guiding the life force energy. Okay. Next slide, please, Shashi. Okay. So important factors and principles of Reiki healing. It's a universally guided life force energy. It's a hands-on healing, which means once attuned to receiving and channeling Reiki, all you have to do to heal is put your hands on the place to be healed and the Reiki starts flowing. You take your hands off, Reiki turns off. It's something so natural, okay? Let's say you want to start, let's say you have a high blood pressure issue, okay? Just giving an example. Let's say you have some issues with your heart going on. All you would have to do is place your hands on your heart and allow the healing to pass through your hands into the heart. All you have to have is an intention for healing. How that healing happens is not for us to decide because we possibly cannot know. Reiki knows what's the best thing for you in this given moment and it starts to work that way. That's all you have to do. Place your hands, have an intention, and have the energy flow. With Reiki, you are a channel. You're not the doer, you're not the source. So there is no question of picking up any complaints, of exhausting your energy. It's nothing like that. It's not a religion. Where do we place hands for anxiety? It's up to you. See, anxiety can run in the whole body. So whenever we work with Reiki, we always say do all the hand positions, and then you do some specific areas in the body. So you learn more of that in the course, but it is always better because we don't know why a problem is arising. We never know that. Out of the blue, someday you start having migraines. What was the reason for it? Stress, okay. What's the reason for the stress? It will take some time to figure it out if you go through the psychotherapeutic route. But with Reiki, you don't even have to do that. You start doing your Reiki healing, your reasons start coming into awareness, and they start healing simultaneously. And that's the beauty about it. It stimulates the energy system, it removes negative blocks, it unlocks your body's natural healing abilities. Your body is a very intelligent doctor. There is an intelligent doctor inside your body. It knows what to do, and sometimes it just needs something extra to heal. And that's what Reiki provides. It helps that doctor become more empowered. And let's say you don't have any illness or you don't have any health issues, it can still help you maintain health and wellness. And health and wellness is the biggest wealth in the world. If you don't have health and wellness, nothing else matters. Next slide, please, Shoshi. So how does Reiki heal? Reiki is a high vibration energy that works purely on natural life force energy. When it flows through the body, like I said, there are energy blocks. When Reiki energy flows through the energy blocks, it lifts the energy of the block. It shifts the energy, it melts it, evaporates it, or completely changes the energy, and there is no block. The block releases and the energy can flow through easily. And that's the simplest explanation of how Reiki heals. It's helping your body become more efficient in its own natural healing abilities. And that is what every natural healing system will do. It makes your body more efficient in healing itself. Next slide, please. Okay, now this is interesting. We've talked about energy, we talked about Reiki, but how does it happen? Let's get a first-hand idea about it. Okay. Now, the basic law of energy healing is energy follows thought. Okay. Wherever your attention will go, the energy will follow. Are you ready to do an experiment for it? Would you like to realize how? Okay, great. I got 2 thumbs ups. Yes. Give me a yes in the chat box. Yes, thank you, Shelja. Thank you, Vatsal. Thank you, Shajid. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anupama. Great. Okay. All right. So this is what I want you to do. As you can see in the picture, there are 2 lines. There's a line underneath your fingers. Okay. Just notice the picture. Okay. Shoshi, can you close the presentation for a moment so people can see me? Thank you. Okay. So if you were, this is the line just under your fingers. Okay. If you were to just join this line together like this in front of you, it's also called the namaz posture. Okay. Your hands are not cupped, they are straight. Okay. They are not cupped, they are straight. I want you to notice very clearly if your little finger, one little finger is smaller than the other little finger. Notice very clearly. And there'll be a very tiny difference, about few millimeters. Join these 2 fingers and notice if one little finger is smaller or bigger than the other little finger. Okay. If you notice the difference, give me in the chat box, which finger is smaller, left or right? Give me either a left or right in the chat box. Which finger is smaller? Right, okay. Left, okay, great. Go ahead, check it out, nicely. Just check it out nicely. Notice what's true, if it's still true, so that you don't doubt. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you for your responses. All right. Now this is what we're going to do. I want you to place your hands very loosely on your lap. No matter where you are sitting, place your hands on your lap. Sit comfortably. Just sit comfortably. You don't have to have your back straight or anything. Have your hands on your lap. Close your eyes. And we're going to imagine the little finger that was smaller. We're going to imagine that it starts to grow bigger. So close your eyes and start to intend. Focus on that little finger that was smaller. And intend for it to start getting bigger. All your focus, all your attention flowing to the little finger that is smaller. And intending for it to get bigger, bigger, and bigger, and even bigger, even bigger. All your consciousness, all your attention flowing to that little finger. So much attention there with complete intent that it's growing bigger. It's increasing in size. It's becoming bigger and increasing. All your attention there. So much so, as if nothing else in your body exists besides that little finger. All the energy flowing there. All of the energy just flowing into that finger. All of your attention and all of your intention that it's growing bigger. It's increasing in size. It's just increasing in size. It's just increasing in size. That's right, you're doing great. Just increasing in size. Fantastic, doing great. Just increasing in size. That's right. Now go ahead, open your eyes, and let's check again. And notice if the difference is still there. Has the size of the finger increased or stayed the same? Give me a yes in the chat box if it has changed for you. Give me a no in the chat box if it hasn't changed for you. Great, great. Yeah. Okay. Both are same now. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Yep, you did magic. You just did magic. How did it happen? How did it actually happen? Your finger changed in size and you didn't pull it. You didn't do any of that thing. How did that happen? Any idea? Any idea how that happened? And you did it. You did it. You sitting there did that magic. Intention, yes. It was the intention, definitely, Sushma. How did it happen with intention? Your physical body changed. Thank you, Armand. Yeah, do pick up that draw. How did that happen? Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the secret how it happened. Okay. When you paid attention, it's okay, you can check. When you started to pay attention to the little finger that was smaller, your blood started to flow in that little finger. Now, in our fingers, all of these joints have small ligaments, which sometimes get contracted. When blood started to flow there, they expanded and the size of the finger shifted. It was just a few of difference, but the size shifted because the blood started flowing there. The blood started to flow because you wanted that to happen. Your energy went here, your attention went to that finger. And where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, things begin to happen. Your blood started to flow there. And this is what happens in life. No matter how many times you think a positive thought, if you're just thinking of it, let's say 5 or 10 minutes a day, notice what you're doing the rest of the minutes in the day. And that's all Reiki is about. Sending intention, having an intention of healing. If this could happen, physical change could happen. And for some people, it did not happen. It's okay. Maybe you just needed a bit more time. Okay. If your physical body could change right now with just this, imagine what else can happen with intention and with healing and with Reiki. Just imagine. Okay. Can we have the presentation back, please? Okay. So now we know that, energy works, and your negative thoughts are energy, your negative emotions are energy. And in order to heal energy, you can use Reiki. I'm going to give you one simple technique to help you feel better instantly, no matter what time of the day and where you are. Okay. This is called a Reiki dry bath. It is used to clean the energies of your aura, of your system, of your body. Okay. And this is what you do. It's simple. So I'm going to first read from the screen and then I will show you. Okay. Intend for your hands to collect negative energies from your aura. Then use your right hand to stroke from your left shoulder down to your right hip. And while doing so, collect the energy. Then cast this energy with your right hand onto the floor. Then you repeat this with your left hand. Okay. The next step, the next slide, please. Okay. You repeat the 2 steps 2 more times. You're doing these 2 steps 3 times. Okay. Then you use your right hand to stroke your left wrist from to the tips of your left hand fingers. So you're doing this from wrist to the fingers, and you're collecting the energy and casting it to the floor. From right hand doing to your left hand. Okay. So can you please switch off the presentation so I can show this technique? Thank you. This is what we're doing. Okay. Let me just, yeah. This is what you're doing. So go ahead, put your right hand on your left shoulder. Okay. Swipe, kind of sweeping in your body across your body to the right hip. You have the energy collected in your hand. You cast it on the floor. You throw it to the earth. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it just niche, so just below my body level. Okay. Now your left hand on the right shoulder, sweeping the body down to the left hip and casting the energy into the earth. Once more, with the right hand on the left shoulder to the right hip and down to the floor. With the left hand across the body, down to the floor. Once more, right hand down to the body, on the floor. Left hand down to the body, on the floor. 3 times. And then we do this. We are basically kind of taking something off and casting to the floor. Taking something off, casting to the floor. Taking it off, casting to the floor. Taking it off, casting to the floor. One last time. Taking it off, casting to the floor. Taking it off, casting to the floor. It's called a Reiki dry bath. It is used to cleanse your aura. Why are we doing it? Your negative energy, your negative emotions, your thoughts, they are not just inside your body, they're also in your aura. If you can clean your aura externally at least, you begin to suddenly feel lighter. Now, right now you did this. How many of you felt some shift in the body? As if something shifted for you. I did. Yeah, thank you, Armand. Some people are more sensitive than others. There's nothing wrong or right about it. Those who are more sensitive will feel it quicker. Those who are not will not feel it. But this process is working. What you're doing is you're taking the energy off and you're removing all the energy from your aura, from your energy field. And you're releasing it. You're giving it to the earth. Earth absorbs everything. It's a very beautiful energy. Yeah, thank you, Fatima. Anxiety, and you felt a mild change. Yeah. If you can do this, starting of the day and end of the day, you will start to feel a lot of difference in your mental makeup. Those thoughts that keep bothering you, they will eventually start to lessen. Let's say you had an interaction with somebody who was very negative. You did not like the person. You went to your workplace, you had a tiff with your boss. You met somebody who's not very positive, who's always cribbing, or who does not hold positive intentions for you. After you meet them, just do this. In an office, you could just go to the washroom, do this process, come out all refreshed. You can do it as many times as you want during the day. There is no limit to it. And no, you don't have to have an intention, Sushma. All you have to have is this whole movement. It just cleans it. You meet somebody who's not positive, do this. Whether you meet somebody or not, end of the day, do it. Even if you've been on a call with somebody who's kind of sucked your energy, who's not positive, do this. Because we don't have energy exchange just when we meet physically. Our energy exchanges even over call, even over distance. Because for energy, time and space does not matter. So whether you met somebody through distance or somebody in person, doing this once or twice a day will, you will start to see a lot of difference. You'll start to feel lighter. Let's say you've been having negative thoughts, anxious thoughts. Do this process. You will suddenly realize things start to lighten up for you. Okay. So understood the process, everyone? If you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me. Okay. All right. So on a closing note, Reiki has been known to help with anything and everything. If we talk about issues, health issues, Reiki has helped people with multiple sclerosis, hypertension, blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, tumors, to simple things like cold, headache, pains, aches in the body, migraines, anxiety, depression. You name it, and Reiki has helped people with it. Reiki has helped me personally take my healing journey as well. I have had a debilitating condition, and so it has been so helpful. I cannot recommend you enough. And besides just physical health benefits, Reiki has this habit of changing the way life happens for you. And I have not seen it once or twice. I've seen it almost every time anyone has learned Reiki. The way life happens for them begins to change. Their attitudes begin to change. How they see life, how people treat them. The kind of people that come into your life begins to change for the better. And it happens so beautifully that it's difficult to understand and describe how it happens. But I know for sure it happens. So if you're looking to change something about your life, to heal something about your life, and if you're looking forward to working with the energy, even if it's just for yourself, Reiki can be a very beautiful stepping stone into the world of energy because it's simple, it's easy, and it's so powerful. Mikao Usui, the founder of Reiki, he never it's not like he never intended Reiki to heal. He intended Reiki to be a way of life, to help you in your spiritual growth. Healing is a byproduct of Reiki. So, Reiki is something that has changed my life, and I can never stop talking about it. But I think I will close here today. And if there are any questions that you would like to ask, you can ask now.
Thank you so much, Meetu ma'am, for the amazing session. I hope every one of us today have learned a lot about Reiki, about healing, about cleansing ourselves. Thank you so much, Meetu ma'am. Thank you,
My
everyone, for
pleasure.
staying with us uh, so far. And now I would be, taking questions from all of you in the chat box. I would be requesting each one of you to please put down your questions in the chat so that, we can give you a quick reply from Meetu ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying back with us and being in the session. Yeah, definitely. We did learn a lot of things from Meetu ma'am today. Great session. Thank you so much. I would ask every one of you to please be with us because we still have some great news to share with each one of you. Anyone having any questions regarding Reiki or anyone having any questions to ask from Meetu ma'am, you are requested to please put it down in the chat box. Anyone having any questions about Reiki, please do put it down in the chat box. Any questions, anyone? You can also raise your hand so that we can unmute you. Anyone who would want to ask something, you can definitely raise your hand and we can give you an opportunity. All right. Can school kids, I think there are a few questions I would want Meetu ma'am to take. So basically, can school kids of senior class heal Reiki and focus on education, removing bad habits? I would ask Meetu ma'am to take this up.
Good evening,
Yes,
ma'am.
abs-
Good evening. Yes, I'm a kindergarten teacher. I'm from
yeah,
Muscat. Like I'm having my daughter, she's a cabin crew in Air India Express. So often when I call her in the evening, like often she says like no Kala Nazar. I don't know why she's telling. Maybe some negative, like because
yeah,
like when she comes, because I'm here in Muscat and she's in India. Okay. So she often tells Mama, I feel very tired and like fatigue and like I feel very negative and all. So can I recommend this thing to do like same way like when she's feeling any some sort of
yes,
negative thing
yes,
like right?
absolutely, absolutely. And not just for kids that are seniors, even younger kids, you can make it into a game for them. And
Okay. Oh,
definitely you can give it to them because um, kids actually experience energy more sensitively than we do. So it's a great way to help them. Okay. And Jeevan, your question is, can school kids classes heal with Reiki and focus on education, removing bad habits of digital tools for non-productive works? Absolutely, yes. When it comes to habits, just like digital tools are habits, Reiki is also a habit. So when you start introducing it to them, it might take some time for them to pick it up, but you can make it fun for them. You could actually explain it to them what it does, introduce it to them as an activity or a meditation, and eventually it does help them become more focused so that the need to be dependent on digital tools goes down. We cannot completely avoid it today in today's world, but of course we can reduce the usage of it or the dependence on it. The fact that we're constantly checking our phones just to see if there's a message or not, and it's kind of a habit, it happens unconsciously. It's more true for kids, so definitely Reiki can help them. Ankita, your question is, Reiki can help sensitive kids to calm down. Absolutely, yes. In fact, sensitive kids actually need more calming because um, for sensitive people, and not just sensitive kids, for sensitive people, their energies tend to get scattered more. They do not know how to pick it up, how to gather it, and consequently they need more time alone just to be able to come back to themselves. They need more time in nature, they need more time with themselves to feel okay, to feel as if, yes, I'm back and I can finally go back to the world. So Reiki can do that much more beautifully for them because it is again working with life force energy, it is working with energy. And when you learn Reiki, you also learn how to gather your energies. You also learn how to protect your energies. So definitely, it's a great tool. And even if a kid doesn't learn Reiki, and let's say you learn Reiki, you can teach your kids some things about Reiki that they can start doing. Or you can have your kid learn Reiki as well.
I
There is
think
no
it's a
age
very,
limit to
very
that.
good question which we have. I would want Meetu ma'am to address it. Can Reiki be, done online, or can it be taught online, or is it the energy flow is felt online? I would ask Meetu ma'am to address it because, of course, Academy of Vedic Vidya, the courses which we offer, they are definitely live, online, interactive, and we have students all across the globe. And how does it actually, impacts and help others doing it online? So how is it like, ma'am?
So, like I said, the law of energy healing, energy follows thought. So your intention matters. The second law of energy is for energy, space and time does not matter. When you go on to doing level 2 of Reiki, you learn distance healing, which means Reiki can work over distance. And this is why Reiki can be done online. It can be learned from anywhere in the world, sitting at any corner of the world, because energy works everywhere. And for energy to travel from one place to another, it doesn't take time. It just needs an intent to happen. And that's it. So this is why it works beautifully online. And COVID has taught us everything can be done online.
Great, great. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking this up. I would ask Shraddha if you could please unmute yourself and tell us your experience about this Reiki healing workshop. If you could please unmute yourself, Shraddha ma'am.
Thank you so much for this beautiful session. I really felt so light and like positive. And this was my first session doing online like this. So I felt very nice, and I hope in future I will do with your team Reiki session. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much
That's
for your feedback.
beautiful.
Also, we have a comment from Mr. Vatsal. He said that he did get, Reiki done long back before because of some personal reason, but he did not get the result at that time. He was told that he would get a positive result for the personal problem he has endured in his life. So, ma'am, why did this happen, or why didn't the Reiki work at that time, on Mr. Vatsal? Any particular reason, or it might happen with anyone and everyone?
So, definitely what your practitioner told you is correct. Reiki gives you results which are good, not necessarily what you want, because, like I said, it's an intelligent energy, and it will know what's best for you and will work towards that direction. Sometimes, for us to receive something or to heal something, we need to learn something before that. We have lessons to learn before that. Reiki can bring up those lessons as well for us to, make our spiritual journeys faster. This is why sometimes we don't see the results that we are expecting, but we see some other results. It can happen with anyone and everyone doing Reiki, experiencing Reiki. Um, this is why we say do not give Reiki, or do not give the energy a script. Just have an intention for healing. And the best intention to hold is let healing happen for my highest good. That is when it works the best, because we do not know what's best for us with our limited understanding of our conscious mind. I hope I answered your question, Vatsal. It can happen. It's not unheard of. Maybe more sessions were needed, maybe more healing was needed. It could be that too.
Thank you
Okay.
so much for answering that, ma'am. And the last question I would want to take up is we have so many people asking us that, we see so much videos on YouTube and online nowadays of Reiki healing and, sending healings. So, do we need to do a proper course to learn Reiki? Or is that we can attend one workshop or see a YouTube video or follow a channel and be a Reiki practitioner? So, how is it like, Meetu ma'am? Over to you.
So, thank you, Devdyuti, for putting it so precisely. So, Reiki is something that anyone can experience, but for you to do Reiki, for you to channel the energy of Reiki, there is a process called attunement, wherein the Reiki energy, the Reiki master gives you the attunement, which means some energy changes are made in your energy system by the Reiki energy itself, so that you are able to channel energy. Um, when psychically it was seen, people who were not attuned to Reiki, they were able to channel 20-30% of energy. Once attuned, the channeling moved up to about 100%. That means you're able to channel much more energy, and it actually is useful. Otherwise, we may end up working with our own energy. So it's important to learn Reiki rather than doing it just from watching a YouTube video. It's actually a system where the master teaches you and attunes you, and that's what makes Reiki work for
I
you.
think it's very, very important to have a proper guru or maybe a teacher who can, get you through the journey of Reiki and any kind of healing. I think a teacher, of course, is very much required to practice it properly. Otherwise, results might not come and be visible very properly. And Vatsal sir, as he said, that he did not feel it properly. I think that might be an issue if only one session is attended or taken, right? I think that could be a problem as well. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for Ram, once again for this lovely, amazing session and answering each one of you. So I would like to take this forward. So thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us so long and giving your valuable time to Academy of Vedic Vidya. So basically, Academy of Vedic Vidya, as I told you guys in the beginning, that we offer a lot of courses, a lot of occult courses, and there is a very exclusive offer for all our attendees who joined today's workshop. So basically, as you can see on the like screen, we have Vedic numerology with us, we have astrology with us, we have Vastu, we have law of attraction, palmistry, tarot, we have graphology, crystal healing, face reading, and we have three healing modalities with us, which is Reiki, pranic healing, and acupressure. So we are doing all courses with us, and there is an exclusive offers for each one of you, and it's an earnest request. Please do fill up the form so that our academic counselor can get back to you within 24 hours. We have a special coupon which is Reiki 2306 for each one of you, and you can get Reiki with another course complimentary. So we have, if you choose any one course with Academy of Vedic Vidya right now, the second course can be absolutely complimentary to you, and definitely you can start your learning journey with this. So we have here, Reiki is of course a very good healing modality. We have pranic healing, which is another very good healing modality with us, which is a body's ability to heal itself. We have that as well. So if you go on a like offer, you can club Reiki healing with pranic healing, and that would be a great journey towards healing and towards curing yourself from from things which you have suffered from, maybe psychological problems, for maybe health problems and everything. So it would be great, everyone, if you could please fill up the form so that we can get back to you. So I would really want to know, and I would want few answers from you guys, that how many of you do really want to start the learning and do a course of Reiki and get yourself as a Reiki master or a Reiki healer and heal yourself and others? So basically, yeah, definitely I will give the reference codes once again. Please, Shreyoshi, if you could please put it down on the chat box. It is Reiki in capital 2306. Shreyoshi, if you could please put it down to everyone. It is Reiki 2306. 2306 is our reference code. And I would definitely, I would want every one of you that we specially curate our batches for our international students. We have complete English batches, we have Hindi and English mixed batches. So we are openly accommodating all our students abroad as well as in India. And the most important thing is all our certifications are globally recognized one. And we have a very special offer for each one of you, which is whoever joins our course of Reiki or any other subject can get another course complimentary. So how many of you do really want to start your journey of Reiki and healing? If you could please comment in the chat box, we would be very happy. And if you could, guys, please fill up the form, everyone. We are very happy to have you today here with us, and we are glad that you could give us your valuable time. Anyone who really wants to start the journey with Reiki and who really wants to do the course, anyone of you who really want to start the course and learn healing, yeah. All right, only 6 character. I think there's some technical issue. If my team can get back to you, my team will definitely get back to you, Mr. Armand, and we'll be calling you in some time. We will be definitely connecting with you, and we'll be solving your queries. Till that time, Shreyoshi, can we have a next slide, please? Thank you so much, everyone, for the lovely response and the lovely, interactive session we had today. I hope each one of you have filled up the form, because without filling up the form, we would definitely not be able to extend our offers to you, our learning programs with you. We have upcoming workshops. We have upcoming sessions which we conduct on a weekly basis, and we definitely have one-on-one course offer which is available to each one of you. And I hope every one of you thoroughly enjoyed today's session. And we, Academy of Vedic Vidya, we will definitely look forward to each one of you joining us in our courses, which are live, online, interactive. And we definitely curate special batches for our international students as well as Indian students. Thank you, everyone. I think we should be ending the session. I would just want everyone to again fill up the forms very soon, so that we can definitely connect with you within 24 hours and share with you all the details about our courses. And please do let us know how did you like the session in the comment section, so that we can organize more such session for you.